Chapter 19. Natural Phenomena. Natural phenomena are extreme, sudden events caused by environmental factors that injure people and damage property. Earthquakes, windstorms, floods and diseases all strike anywhere on earth, often without warning. Earthquake and its effects. Earthquakes are the shaking, rolling or sudden shock of the earth's surface. They are the earth's natural means of releasing stress. More than 1 million earthquakes rattle the world each year. The west coast is most at risk of having an earthquake, but earthquakes can happen in the Midwest and along the east coast. Earthquakes can be felt over large areas, although they usually last less than 1 minute. Effects of earthquake. Surface trembling from seismic waves often damage buildings. It may trigger landslides that result in loss of life and damage to buildings. Rocks can be permanently displaced during an earthquake. Earthquake safety precautions. Earthquakes can last just a few seconds or as long as several minutes, and knowing how to react during the earthquake can help prevent injuries. Drop to the ground. Take cover by getting under a study table or other pieces of furniture, and hold on until the shaking stops. If there isn't a table or desk near you, cover your face and head with your arms and crouch in an inside corner of the building. Immediately seek a safe location such as in a doorway, beneath a table or desk, or along an interior wall away from windows and hazardous objects. Cover the back of your head and your eyes to minimize injury from flying debris. Do not take elevators during an earthquake. If cooking, turn off heating elements immediately. If outdoors, stay in open areas away from the buildings, power lines, trees and other potential hazards. Cyclone and its effects. A cyclone is a storm accompanied by high-speed whistling and howling winds. It brings torrential rains. When a cyclone storm approaches, the skies begin to darken accompanied by lightning and thunder and a continuous downpour of rain. Where does a cyclone come from? A cyclonic storm develops over tropical oceans like the Indian Ocean and the Bay of Bengal and the Arabian Sea. Its strong winds blow at great speed, which can be more than 118 kilometers per hour. How does a cyclone affect us? A cyclone causes heavy floods. It uproots electricity simply and telecommunication lines. Power supplies shut down and telephones stop functioning. Road and railway movements come to halt because floods damage rail tracks and breach roads. Rail movements are also disrupted because of communication failure. Bridges, dams and embankments suffer serious damages. Floods wash away human beings and animals and make water unfit for drinking. There can be outbreak of diseases like cholera, jaundice or viral fever due to intake of impure water. Safety precautions. In case of a storm warning or other flooding, know your nearest safe, high ground and the safest access route to it. Prepare an emergency kit to take with you and keep a list of emergency numbers on display. Listen continuously to your local radio or TV for further warnings. When the cyclone strikes, disconnect all electrical appliances. Protect yourself with mattresses, rugs or blankets under a strong table or bench if the building starts to break up. Drive carefully as roads may be filled with debris. Tsunami and its effects. A tsunami is a series of huge waves that can cause great devastation and loss of life when they strike a coast. Effects of tsunami. First, they can destroy lives or drown loved ones. Second, wash away properties. Third, wash away and drown pets. Fourth, the sound makes scared everyone, and after it happens no one would be able to sleep well because one might hear the sound of a tsunami at night. Fifth, the victims may be short of food, clothes, shelter, beds and blankets. Safety precautions. If you are indoors, stay there. Quickly move to a safe location in the room, such as under a strong desk, a strong table, or along an interior wall. The goal is to protect yourself from falling objects and be located near the structural strong points of the room. Avoid taking over near windows, large mirrors, hanging objects, heavy furniture, heavy appliances, or fireplaces. If you are cooking, turn off the stove and take cover. If you are outdoors, move to an open area where falling objects are unlikely to strike you. Move away from buildings, power lines, and trees. If you are riding a car, slow down smoothly and stop on the side of the road. Avoid stopping on or under bridges and overpasses or under power lines, trees, and large signs. Stay in your car. Don't move out. Floods and its effects. Flood is overflow of the huge amount of water onto the normally dry land. Heavy rainfalls are one of the major causes of floods. The level of water in rivers or lakes rises due to heavy rainfalls. When the level of water rises above the river banks or dams, the water starts overflowing, which causes floods. Effects. Floods can make people drown and die. Floods can destroy a lot of people's homes. Flooding leads to the damages of roads, collapse of bridges, or traffic congestion, which may affect the daily operation. Flooding brings too much water, which causes damage to farmland. Flooding usually brings infectious diseases, for example, military fever, pneumonic plague, dermatopathia, dysentery, common cold. Safety precautions. Avoid areas subject to sudden flooding. Do not attempt to cross a stream where water is above knees. When in doubt, don't try it. Do not try to drive over a flooded road. The water can be much deeper than it appears and you could be stranded or trapped. Do not try to drive around police barricades. Stay away from drains and ditches. Boil drinking water before using. Report broken gas, electrical and water lines immediately. Do not handle electrical equipments in wet areas. Role of government and other organizations in disaster management. The role of the central government is supportive and provide immediate relief, also a variety of medical aid. NGOs have also played a significant role in disaster mitigation, relief and rehabilitation. The Indian Red Cross Society is a voluntary organization and provides relief in times of disasters or emergencies and promotes health and care of the vulnerable people and